Oh, I brought up. That is my cat. Happy spring, springing. What a beautiful time of the year. A very special time of the year. And I'm feeling in love with the way things roll. You know, I used to feel so rushed all the time, when in reality I'm a slow mover, and I have a very gentle heart, yet I felt like I had to force my way through life. And if I learned anything from flipping coins in the air and reading about I Ching, it's that sometimes you don't have to be the host, you can be the guest of life. And in this understanding, I get to allow things to unfold in a way where I'm calm, and I've realized that my duty and my obligations and my love for creating a community and providing space for community members to thrive takes a lot of time and patience, and in my opinion, to do these kinds of things and to bring more beauty into the world and love into the world, this sense of urgency actually has to dissipate, because developing skills isn't something that happens overnight, and especially if you want to develop a couple at a time. Right now for me, that's gardening. I've always wanted to garden since I was a little girl. I had a couple flowers and a blueberry bush, but nothing more. And now I finally have the space to do it, and it's on my mind all the time. Just want to put my hands in the dirt and learn as much about the soil and the sun and the shade and the pollinators as I can. I also realized that, learning things takes more time for me, because it has to do with waiting a couple seasons for something to really pull me into its gravity, the lesson pulling me into its gravity. For example, I just finished Women Who Run with Wolves. It's a pretty lengthy book with many short stories that are really ancient and from many different cultures, and the storyteller, the writer of the book, does a beautiful job of explaining the key factors of all these stories. And it's one of the only books I think actually changed my life to the degree that it did, and saved my life in a way. It opened my eyes to something that I had been closing them to. Anyway, I'm very thankful and yet a little sad that I finished this book. But it gave me the chance to appreciate my skill of taking my time. And if you're a little bit slow like me, it's okay. Not everyone's gonna understand. Sometimes there is urgency and we have to move quickly, of course. But there's also a subtle power in yielding. And on one last note, if spring was a suit of the tarot, I would say it would be the swords. It's very airy. I associate swords with air and the mind. and not everything is manifest yet, but we're getting little peeks of it. And the flowers are budding, and I can see them coming out of their seeds. I look at them every day, their little heads. Look up nasturtiums when they're little, because they look like little dinosaur feet. And they're so freaking cute. And I hope that you use your swords wisely. And maybe if you're feeling like the 9 of Swords, with a bunch of swords in your back, look life in the face and give it a masochistic grin. And play pretend. Yeah, you got some swords in your back, but have you ever submitted and put on that brave face and carried on calmly? Keep calm and carry on. Good night.